I wanted to see my reflection.
Oh, God.
I thought that if I touched her, something would happen. We would become one. One girl. The fairy tale was over, the witch was dead, and I'd be restored to my rightful place.
Is that her? Are we her, or are we her twin?
I don't know.
This is really sad.
It almost seems like a story. I want to put any tags on it?
Oh, sorry. Her. Touch.
Sister.
Twin.
Yeah.
I want to look up her. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
We can't save all of these, so.
Okay. There's a girl and she's staring out of the window. She's sad. She's trapped. She's here. She's looking out the window because her mother won't let her out.
Sounds like she's talking about herself.
Yeah, do you want to save that, or is that just memorable to you?
That's fine.
That's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince, and Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind. But she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
So here's my interpretation so far. She feels like her life should have been like Rapunzel, and maybe she got pregnant with her husband now because she thought that was a way to escape from her tower.
Yeah.
And then when that didn't end up being a happy ending, that she
got
was
pissed.
she got pissed. I'm not saying that she killed him yet because we haven't gotten to any sort of evidence against
Oh no,
that.
I already established from the first clip I saw.
She did it.
She did it.
Okay, but this is from my interpretation. I feel as if she grew up reading all these books and fairy tales. She interpreted herself as being locked in this tower. So she was thinking, if I could touch her, she had magical thinking, which doesn't mean crazy. She just means she was a child. She had magical thinking. So maybe she thought in this indirect way that if she had sex, well, not have sex, but got pregnant with this boy.
It's her prince.
That's her
He
prince.
saves her.
And he was going to save her, and after that she would be free and she could go wherever she wanted. And that didn't end up being like that. And he still treated her like a delicate princess, and that bothered her a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's my interpretation.
Yeah, there was something else that she said. I lost it now.
You want to play? We can
No.
play it again. It was interesting.
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born.
She's talking about a
Mother
picture of
Gothel,
herself.
a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince, and Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind. But she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
Oh, so what I was gonna say is how you said it was like magical thinking. Like, she never gets to go outside, and so she just reads all these books, and so like I feel like her understanding of the world is tempered based on what she reads. There was actually a story about this family that kept their children locked inside for like
Is this Flowers in the Attic?
maybe. It was like they have like 5 children, boys, and they keep them locked inside.
Oh.
they never let them out, ever. So everything that they know about human life is through movies.
Oh, God.
It's horrible. It's really horrible. This is a real thing. Actually happened. And it's, like, horrifying. Because they think that, first of all, they have, like, a really weird concept of, like, what romance is like, which it sounds like this woman also has. Because everything they see, they think life is going to be like a romantic comedy.
Yeah, there's been a lot of movies like that. Always well done. Flowers in the Attic was really crazy,
No,
too.
this isn't a movie. This is real life.
Oh, my God!
You didn't understand that? This is not a movie. That somebody actually did this to their children.
Why would... Okay.
Like,
I understand why, but I don't understand why, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, what do you... So there's a few things we can look up. We can look up Mother, after we're done watching these.
Yeah.
Mother, Rapunzel, Prince, and Princess.
Yeah.
We'll look that up after.
She's crying, I guess. She's sad because she thought she saw her husband with another woman. But it's okay, because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was his brother. And so it's fine.
Oh, damn it!
What?
She did it! I wanted it to be like, and then she was super crazy and it was her twin sister, like, whoa, but she did it. Oh, man.
Okay. She's being chased. They're trying to catch her because she did something bad. I guess she broke rules. Or maybe they think she did something bad. Maybe it wasn't her fault. She looks scared, not guilty.
These are pictures of herself.
Clearly.
It's mistaken identity. Did they catch her there? I don't know.
Maybe she really does have a twin sister, though.
Yeah, it's possible. Either, like, so, is she talking about herself? Is she talking about a sister? Like,
Maybe what's happening is I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, okay? Because, you know, trying to keep my options open because I wouldn't charge anybody on the evidence we have, but you know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Maybe we're watching this and we killed her husband and she's like going crazy being like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on? Like, she's getting gaslighted, so she thinks she's crazy when she's not.
Mm-hmm.
This is me trying to like give her the benefit of the doubt.
I hoover my dust every week, maybe less.
Ugh.
Locked
I
up
once asked Emma
princess.
how often I should dust, and she said, if people ask, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day, you know, ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front.
Eleanor.
She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that.
Secret. We should look up secret. What do you want to look up? Mother? Secret?
Okay, so I wrote down all of these things, and we can go through them. So I have written down Mother, Rapunzel, Prince, Princess, and Secret.
Do you want to... I think Secret might be... But, okay, so which one... I feel like Princess is going to be really crazy, and Secret's going to be really juicy.
Alright, let's do Secret.
It was supposed to be a secret. Just because Simon is dead doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to Simon. No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford.
Does that mean he cheated taxes, like, or cheated expenses? Oh, like from work, like expensed it to the company?
I don't know, but it also implies that maybe she wasn't the one that he took.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book, the knock code. Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor. Dad thought we had mice, but they couldn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
Well, I'm gonna have to figure that code out later.
But I don't understand. So this is when they're kids, but who is she talking about? When they weren't together, is she talking about a sister? She can't be, because her sister lives across the street. So did they separate them?
Notice how she was talking to herself.
What?
She was talking to herself. She was talking to herself with her hands.
She said when we were separated.
Yeah, but she was saying something on her right hand, and then she was saying something on her left hand. And they were talking to each other.
Yeah. So
she was having a conversation with herself with her hands.
But she said when we were separated. So who's we that were separated?
I'm trying to imply that she...
Her and her imaginary sister?
Yeah, that it might have been an imaginary person or not. That's why the important thing was probably not what she was saying, but the fact that she was having a conversation with herself on her hands.
Maybe she imagined a sister that gets to go outside and do all these things because she can't.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before, but I also didn't want to imply like, oh, she's crazy. You know what I mean?
Well, we already established that she killed her husband. So.
Okay, so that's definitely what I think. I think that her sister might not be real.
Yeah.
But I think the important part of that was the fact that she was talking to herself with her hands. And then she was like smiling about it, being like, isn't that great? Ha ha ha, like, whoa. So I wonder what she was saying, so we can figure that out later.
You can figure that out later.
And then I'll let you know before I tell anybody else.
Why do you really think that you're going to be able to figure that out? That's like...
She said that because she was either talking in Morse code or the tapping code, which you can just put ... line ... and then you can figure out what the letters are.
Yeah.
It's not...
I remember my cousins and I learned Morse code when we were little.
See?
Yeah. That was like eons ago. Literally decades ago.
I don't think she was using Morse code. I think she was using prisoner of war code, which is something we can probably look up later. But you notice how she uses the word prisoners of war. That's how she felt like a prisoner.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what do you want to look up next? Mother or princess?
Let's do mother.
I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good
Would
mother.
have.
Did she lose the baby?
Give
She
up
was a
the
girl,
baby?
by the way. The baby.
Gave up the baby.
We were going to call her Sarah.
Oh, no. Lost the baby?
Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana, but I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
You hear what she said?
Symmetrical name?
I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
Yeah.
That's like weird, right?
How's that weird?
It's giving away because it has to do with mirrors and reflections. She doesn't want it to be symmetrical.
I suppose it's just an anagram.
Yeah.
Meaning it's the same backwards and forwards.
Yeah, she doesn't like it. She doesn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
I suppose.
Stacey, we're looking into a guy who made Silent Hill.
Yeah.
This guy, like, okay, he was weird.
Yeah.
So she didn't want her to have a symmetrical name, which, like, goes into the, like, the reflection
So
stuff.
she doesn't like mirrors.
Blah,
Okay.
blah, blah, blah. Do you think that the baby died from infant whatever syndrome? Or just died?
No, they
or...
said we were going to call her Sarah. The
But
baby
she
was
said-
never born.
Oh, I thought...
Or they gave it away right when it was born and they never named it. I would have been a good mother. We were going to call her Sarah, meaning they did not name it. Whatever happened to it, it either died in childbirth or she lost the baby.
Oh, because when she was saying baby, that made me assume it was already out the badge.
No, most people think of that thing that's inside you already as a baby once they find out what the gender is.
Oh, once it's been gendered.
Yeah.
All right, society.
It's not.
No, I'm just joking.
It's just an it until it reaches, I don't know, personality age.
My mother called me Eve.
Oh no. She
had
had
a
a symmetrical name. Also, Eve is the first woman or whatever. Well, no,
No
she was
way!
the second woman. No, she was the second woman.
Who
First
was-
came Lilith, and Lilith wouldn't do what Adam said, so God banished her to be a demon. And she was like, fine, whatever.
You know that's in True Blood, right? She's the vampire goddess. She
Yeah.
comes before Adam and Eve.
No, in the Bible, she comes, Adam says, yo, I need a lady, and God's like, sure, whatever. And then after that, Adam's like, she doesn't do what I say, and God's like, I don't know, get rid of her. I'm gonna take one of your ribs and make her super obedient. And that's what happens. And that's how Eve was made, because she was made to be obedient, and then she wasn't.
In Jewish folklore, Lilith becomes Adam's first wife, who was created at the same time and from the same earth as Adam. This contrasts with Eve, who was created from one of Adam's ribs. The legend was greatly developed during the Middle Ages.
To shame women.
Probably. That's what pretty much everything was created
What happens
for.
when you make a woman equal to a man is she becomes a demon.
I don't know if this was created like the resulting Lilith, but they created this during the Middle Ages.
Oh, okay. Sorry. My
So-
bad. I misremembered.
Yeah, so basically they were like, this whole Adam and Eve thing, not good enough. Eve getting like Eve with the snake thing, that's not
We have
enough.
to have another woman who is even worse than Eve, and she's a demon now.
Yeah. Lilith left Adam after she refused to become subservient to him, and then would not return to the Garden of Eden after she coupled with the Archangel Samuel.
So Lilith sounds awesome.
The resulting Lilith legend is still commonly used as source material in modern Western culture, literature, occultism, fantasy, and horror.
So basically what you're saying is Lilith was like way cooler than Adam, and she
Lilith
was like,
was like,
later,
"Fuck
nerd,
you!"
I'm gonna have sex with an angel, and he's like, no.
So then they had to make him a new wife. Because he was like, my wife ran away on me. God was like, God damn it, I can't just keep making these for you.
I'm all out of earth. Give me some of your body.
Yeah.
This one better obey you.
Alright, so her name was Eve.
Well, she wasn't my real mother, but she raised me. Do you want to take the story?
Yes.
It's a real life fairy tale.
We should look up fairy tale.
Mm-hmm.
Story or fairy tale?
Don't forget there's also Rapunzel, Prince and Princess.
Do you want to look up princess?
That was Mother that we just looked up, right? Yeah.
Ooh, dang, girl, you have problems if there's this many.
There's just 7.
Let me see. Yes. I drove in here because I remember, well, I went over
got
the
a-
river.
It's a pink fuzzy
And then
pen.
there was a church. There. Yeah. And I probably well, I remember seeing a street sign called Princess Street. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it must be this one. There.
She seems to me like she dresses like very much like a sophisticated adult, but she has a pink fuzzy pen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stacy just looked at me up and down like, oh, really? Mari?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's awesome, but I didn't kill my boyfriend, so I'm in the clear.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding, he's dead. I told you he was sleeping, but he's dead.
Yep, they approved gay marriage, and this is what happens. Women kill their boyfriends and husbands and run away together. This is what they were afraid of!
That's what happens. The second you approve gay marriage across the band, women will kill you.
We're gonna
Straight
We will rise up!
Straight men, watch out. This has been our plan
All along.
The second it happens, only people left are gay men. Then it's the end of the world because we don't make babies anymore.
Yep.
That's literally everything that they say.
The whole world is gonna be gay men and lesbians.
And we're never going to have babies ever again.
Yep.
That's the end of the human race. That's
Yep.
our plan.